Hi there, folks. Cowboy here again. Hope you're doing well today. Our recipe today is going to be some sausage balls. And my lovely wife has written her recipe down. And I have been making that. So I'm going to show you that recipe here in just a second. And then we'll get started. So, some people wonder, why do you cook? Well, number one, you cook because you love to eat. And if you love to eat, you're going to learn how to cook. So it's sort of funny how I came along with that. Our daughters went away to college in 2002 and 2004. And they both were fast-pitch softball players. They both were pitchers, and pretty good ones. Of course, that's Dad speaking. Our oldest went to Georgia Southern and pitched 4 years there, and our youngest went to Tennessee Tech in Cookeville, Tennessee, and pitched for 4 years there. So in 2004, we were an empty nest. And so one afternoon, my wife and I were sitting out on the deck, just enjoying the cool of the evening, and up out of the blue, she says, "My second husband, I'm going to get one that can cook." So I just pondered there for a second, and I said, "Self, she hadn't got rid of the first husband yet." So I didn't say anything. Well, about 2 weeks later, we're out enjoying the evening again, and she says, "My second husband, I'm going to get one that can cook." Here again, I say, "Self, what is going on? I have now heard this twice, and I'm still the first husband." Didn't say anything, though I pondered on it. Well, 2 weeks later, we're sitting out on the deck again, and yes, we're enjoying a good, cool evening. And all of a sudden, my lovely wife said, "My second husband, I'm going to get one that can cook." Well, I've been pondering on this now for, I guess, 6 weeks. And I just up out of the blue and said, "Well, honey, can I audition for that second husband job?" And of course, she said, "Sure you can." I think I really played right into that one. So we started talking about that, and she says to you, "You're a pharmacist, and part of my career I was a compounding pharmacist. And of course, you got to know how to measure, and got to know how to mix things." And she says, "I don't understand why you don't cook." Well, that sort of got me, and I said, "Well, you know what? I'm just going to do that." Well, she gave me this recipe book from Weight Watchers, which someone had given to her for a birthday, or a friend had given it to him for some special occasion. And I said, "I'm going to take this cookbook and I'm going to cook out of it for the next 6 months." So I did. And I took that book and I used the recipes in that book and followed them. And I follow a recipe to the T. Well, sometimes. So about 6 months later, guess what we're doing again? We're sitting out there on that deck, enjoying the cool of the evening. And up out of the blue, she says, "Well, you have got that second husband job." So that's just part of the story. So over the years, you have people who influence you. And of course, when it comes to cooking, my lovely wife was one of them that influenced me a lot and encouraged me and helped me to learn to do that. But also my mother helped because, she taught us boys, there was 3 of us, how to do things, cook, make breakfast, make spaghetti, things of that sort. Taught us how to do laundry, taught us how to take care of a house, sweeping and cleaning the bathrooms, vacuuming, dusting, all of those things. And of course it came in handy when you go away to college, you know, somebody's got to clean up after you there because there's nobody else usually with you. And then, of course, my mother-in-law, Nana, had a big influence because we used to do a lot of Christmas cookies together. So there's been some special people in my life that has helped me get to the point I am in my cooking experience. Just wanted to share that with you a little bit. I hope that you all have got some of those good memories as well, because cooking with each other is a lot of fun. And my wife and I do it quite often, and we really enjoy it. So let's get on with the recipe here, and I'll show you that how she writes that down. So here is our recipe. Sausage balls, 3 cups of Bisquick, 1 pound of spicy sausage, 1 egg, 16 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, a handful of chopped onions. Mix with hand, scoop, and roll. Bake at 300 for 35 to 40 minutes. Serve with a sriracha mayo. You can see it makes about 50 on October 18. We got 56 for a football gathering for a game between Georgia and Florida. And of course, you can see the people that was present at that little gathering. So I love the way my wife makes those little notes. Brings back fond memories. So let's get this going and see how we do. So here we go. Let's get our ingredients in. Now I did take the Bisquick and I did sift it so that we can make these very fluffy. So we're going to add the Bisquick in. Calls for 3 cups. I put just a little bit shy of 3 cups. A handful of onions. And 16 ounces of cheese. Here's the one. I guess it's good to have a pair of scissors by. Some more sharp cheddar cheese. Remember my little trick with my sausage? But of course, I guess now it doesn't really matter since I am going to mix this with my hands. And then 1 egg. And then you just jump in. And you really want to get this mixed up really well. Get everything incorporated, try to get it evenly mixed. Just have to keep mixing and mixing and mixing. Some people may not want to get their hands in here, but you know, that's what makes it good. Get in there and get them fingers moving through there and mixing everything really well. You know, it's like I've seen people make biscuits, particularly my mother, and she gets her hands in there, gets it mixed really well. So you want to get the cheese and the Bisquick incorporated with the sausage and the onions. Right there as I bring it up. Still got some more down there in the bottom. We got that all mixed up. Let's go on to the next process. So we got those all mixed in. So now I'm going to take that scooper again. If you've seen me use this before. And I will just make one scoop. And then I'll just form it just a tad and put it over onto my cooking sheet. So I will continue to do this until I get all of the sausage balls made. Then I will take and roll them out a little bit and get them, somewhat symmetrical. So we got them scooped and rolled out. We ended up with 52 sausage balls. And I may have said earlier that we're going to bake at 350. If I did, it should be baked at 300 for 35 to 40 minutes. And then you'll just check them to see if they're done. So let's get ready and put them in the oven and watch them come out. So here they go in our 300-degree oven. Got that big cookie sheet you can see. So let's set that timer for 35 minutes. There we go. So we'll see you in a few. So just a little tidbit. And I'm sure a lot of you viewers already know this, but earlier I baked a brownie fudge cookie in this iron skillet. And as you can see, the one thing that I love to always do is, look at that. It's so shiny and pretty. I always clean it, dry it real, then add a little olive oil or vegetable oil and wipe it out and keep it greased, and it'll last for a lifetime. This iron skillet is probably 50 plus years old, but look how nice and seasoned it is. So remember, clean your utensils. Have a great day. See you on down the trail.